6:47 in the morning, and the sun is actually coming up. And I'm actually mostly packed up. I'm going to have my breakfast and get hiking here pretty quickly. I'm sitting in this front of the shelter right now. There's the view of West Virginia from out in front of Rice Field Shelter. I am 7:30. I'm back on trail. Pack's on. Sun's up. Didn't get up going quite as quick as I wanted to. Took breakfast this morning. You can see Rice Field Shelter with the privy standing tall behind it. And I'm getting ready to head north. Not a huge amount of up and down today. One challenge is there's a little section with some feral goats we got to go through. Don't expect a big deal there. And then the other challenge is there's no water for most of the hike today. So I had quite a bit extra to drink this morning. Everything's full as I head out. It's supposed to be cold, or not hot today. Get up into the high 60s. You can't tell, the wind is blowing me around as I'm standing here. You can see the grass moving, I think. I'm heading north. Looking for a wonderful day. This part of the trail is right along the West Virginia line. And the video I took earlier was looking to the West Virginia side. This is, I don't know, a mile or so farther up. We've been walking under the power line for a little bit. This is looking back to the Virginia side. That's Parisburg right down there, where I was not last night, but the night before. And this is back towards the river, if you can see it down through here, that I crossed over yesterday morning, and then up through the mountains. And then this is looking back to the West Virginia side. And then this is the north, headed uphill. But long ridge walk today. Big concern today, again, is over 12 miles with no water. So you just got to make sure you get the water and camp up and whatnot. I should be good to go, especially since it's not a real hot day. So they've got a blue blaze marked pretty well right here. Supposedly there's a campsite here, but no, I guess up in this direction there's a campsite. And there's water down in this direction. It's pretty important because it's over 12 miles till the next water source. So this morning, I have a morning drink, it's just 500 milliliters, but I have a morning drink I make that usually I drink over the first, few miles of my hike in the morning. But today I finished it all at the shelter and then refilled that water bottle with water. So as I stand here, I've got I got 2.2 liters of water, which should be plenty to get me through 12 miles and then some, especially since there's no huge uphills, because that increases my water intake. Long, steady ups. There's a lot up and down, but they're all shorts today. And then also there's no, it's not supposed to get real hot. It's supposed to peak out, below 70 today. As you can see, it's kind of the long walk through the dark forest here. There's been a bit of blowdown. It was really rocky for a while. Difficult walking. 9:30. 2 hours into my hiking day. I've done 2.7 miles, which is okay. I'd like to do a little bit more, but it's okay. The trail has not been easy. Right here, it's pretty easy. It's been a lot of rocks. No climbing up and over, just the kind of trail where you really have to look every step where you put your foot, so that otherwise you're going to turn an ankle or take a nosedive, one of the two. So not fast. It's been steady ups and downs. You probably can't tell, but this is a pretty good up coming here. The goat area is supposed to be coming up soon. Just talked to a guy going southbound who said he passed through there and saw plenty of goat scat, but no goats. So maybe we'll see them, maybe we won't. Don't know exactly how I'm going to handle that, because I can't really stop without them messing with you. But I do want to get at least a little bit of video, obviously. Now, seemed like a good place to take a picture. That's pretty much north right there. Over to the northeast this way. I think most of that over to the left is West Virginia. The trail goes up pretty much this way, probably goes up over those couple of humps up there. And Pretty much follows the West Virginia line, with everything to the left being West Virginia. This is the area where the goats are. I've seen some goat droppings. Haven't seen any goats yet. Maybe I will, maybe I won't. Talked to a guy earlier, said he never saw him. Talked to a couple that said that they actually tended within the goat zone, if you will. They said, yeah, the goats paid us a visit at night, and they were back in the morning, and didn't do any harm. I'm headed north. Hope you're having a wonderful day. I don't know how this is going to go. I don't really want to stop and pay attention to them, but clearly I'm not going to get by without them noticing I'm here. They've already noticed I'm here. They seem to be cavalier. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to spook you, buddy. Nope, 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 nope. Nice view. They got themselves a nice spot. And they're resting, and that's good. You stay right there, and I'll keep going. So they don't stop, because they'll all come over. So, I'm going to keep going. Trail's been like this. Just, it's rocky. Not hard, but you got to be careful where you put your feet down, or you'll trip, or nose plant, or roll an ankle. And sometimes when you put your foot down, the rocks are kind of pointy and they hurt. So just got to do it. That's south through the dark forest. I went by the goats fairly peacefully. They looked at me and watched, and I just kept going, no problems. I've been 5.3 miles in 4 hours. Not too bad. I've talked more than I should have to people going the other way. I looked at my GPS, and basically the trail is the West Virginia line. Pretty much everything on this side is West Virginia, and everything on the other side is Virginia. The goat crew came up on me from behind. Obviously they hike faster than I do. They're headed north. Now I gotta head north, but I don't want to head north fast enough to catch them. They just kind of hiked by. One of them started to pay attention. I said no, and he turned around and went. There's actually a campsite here that what they're finding, but something people have left at the campsite has them very interested. He came right over here, spread out, and started working the room. I don't know, something obviously right over there. Yeah, this is the trail. All attempts to make good time have kind of gone to pot, so it got really rough here for a while. Past the goats. They didn't bother me. They walked by and found a campsite, and they were busy working their way through that. I'm headed north, but I mean, I got a big hill up there coming up. It's a long ways to water, and it's going to be slow. Oh well, I got water. They're passing up trail, and they're interested that there's a dog here. But they're not that interested. There they go, headed north. And the dog doesn't seem to care in the least. Just to know, by the way, mile 652.6, just talked with Red Shift hiker. You can see heading north. I met him in the Smokies. He's moving fast, 20-something a day. Nice campsite, bunch of tent spots. The overhead doesn't look bad, and the blowdown doesn't look too bad on the ground under it. Some, but just be careful what you pick. The only problem is it's 3.5 miles to water still. So north of here, 3.5 miles to water. But I don't know, for me it would be tough for somebody going northbound to stop here, but I guess you could. Southbound, I mean, you could easily come in here fully watered up and stop. So I do not know how many miles they cover, but clearly the goats cover a lot of miles, because this is the 5th time either I've walked by them or they've walked by me. Looks like it's kind of joint this time. They appear to be browsing their way heading south, and I seem to be walking my way headed north. I'm just going to try to just walk by and show the best I can of, I know, some people have a lot of interest in them and some people don't have much. There's 2 of them that think they want the trail. See if they want it more than I do. These two are willing to take to the woods, and so are these. Hi, guys. So you guys aren't problems, are you? No, be good. No, I'm not going to stop and play. So, as soon as I started to stop, one of them started to turn towards me, but then they just keep going. The goats. No problems. All the different colors, the way the different things are coming out. It almost looks like fall back home. You got reds and greens and yellows. I'll be green soon. About a mile and a half to water, heading north. About 5 o'clock. Inside Pine Swamp Branch Shelter. Different than anything I've seen so far, to be honest. It's a stone shelter. It's got kind of a weird configuration on this side. It's not really deep enough to sleep, with your feet pointing out or head pointing out. So I don't know exactly what the plan is there. Another same kind of a configuration on this side. I mean, the upper side is obviously big enough for a bunk. The bottom is kind of just different. I don't know if the upper is supposed to be a bunk or a place to put gear or what it's supposed to be, really. Anyway, and there's a fireplace, which I really, really, really hope nobody comes and wants to light, because I won't want to be in the shelter if that happens. And there's a fire pit out front, which I kind of feel the same way about, but we'll see what happens. Water's down that way. I'm going to go down and get water.